Hello there, chat. Everything's falling into place. Everything's perfect for this particular type of stream. I always wanted to highlight people that get maybe a little too invested in their online entertainers. With the rise of social media, it's become increasingly easy to get it just a little bit closer to your beloved entertainer, to your streamer, to your whatever. It's just that they need to be online and within arm's reach, or so you might think. There are certain people that I wanted to cover for a very, very long time. So I was thinking of making a series out of this eventually, maybe, depending on if I run out of subjects to talk about. But considering I already have a list of like 10 different people, and most of them would make for a really lengthy, extensive stream, then I think I'll be fine content-wise for just a little bit. But let me get some music up before we continue with this. All right. Okay, this should be good enough. So, chat, before we start this, let me ask you this. What do you think about parasocial relationships with entertainers, streamers, whatever? Do you think these kinds of relationships are inherently bad, or are there positives one can attain from forming that kind of attachment to a streamer or any kind of entertainer? What do you think? I'd like to know what you think. I personally believe that it all depends on the individual that actually gets into that kind of relationship. Of course, the ones I'm gonna be covering are gonna be the most extreme of the extremes. So people that basically lose their mind over their objects of infatuation, over their beloved streamers. In this case, VTubers. A bit of background on this particular person is that they are a former, I think, at least from the research I managed to attain, is that they're a former Projekt Melody simp. Someone who's become notorious for the last like 3 years in her community due to basically love bombing, donating extreme unheard amounts of money in like single donation streams, and then also dumping all kinds of unwarranted emotions on Projekt Melody. The only reason he became as infamous as he is that towards the last of his online appearances, he decided to make a sort of manifesto via tweet longer, where he basically said, like, he outlined all of his life story and his relationships to Melody, his relationship to entertainers, and well, it's kind of up to interpretation what you want to think about that, since I personally think it's a little bit sad, it's a little bit insane, it's a little bit funny, but mostly I kind of pity the guy because he comes off as like extremely lonely, someone that wants companionship, but is a bit too forward. Well, too forward is maybe underplaying it just a little bit on my part. Extremely, he gets extremely obsessive, and his mental illness that doesn't really help building that kind of relationship. I understand like that some of you might not see it this way, but I do kind of, at the end of the day, despite what he did, feel a bit bad for him. Could have been much worse. I can tell you that much. So today, to accompany me on this journey to BetrayedMussel is the younger iteration of Yanderedev in the lower left corner with his iconic Cam Chalice. Yanderedev, also someone that didn't really manage to find a girlfriend, always striving towards some kind of relationship, but never actually getting into one. Yanderedev became a VTuber at one point, just for a bit. I don't know if he's still using the model. It might be funny to cover him at some point, even though he's just vaguely VTuber adjacent. But that's kind of a side note in this story. So let's get to the meat and potatoes of this whole thing via the BetrayedMussel manifesto. Let's call it that. This was on September 30th, 2021, so over, well, 2 years ago or so. Honestly, doubt anyone is around who still cares, but as a warning, there's going to be a lot of reading. That's mostly my problem, so get ready for that. Honestly, doubt anyone is around who still cares, but here's my side of the story. Say what you will, I already know. If I'm ever going to change, I have to do things different for once. I didn't come here for help. Others have said it already. I wanted recognition. I wanted people to remember what I was before I burned it all down. I have never been good with people. Joining the science team, for those of you that don't know what the science team is is the name of Melody's fandom. Helped me work on that. I just fell back on my roots and fought for more. I'm sorry, everyone. I'm sorry for bringing this all back up. Thank you for your help and insight. I'm going back to where I belong. I just don't want to be all alone anymore. Here's the manifesto. 1 year hence. I've had these thoughts stuck in my head for too long now, and I feel that it's finally time for me to get them out for everyone to see. They may see what I am, what I was, what I hope never to be, and how I destroyed the one thing that made me feel like I existed for someone in who knows how many years. The story of me, BetrayedMussel, a rising streamer, Projekt Melody and her community, the science team. This is not a pleasant story, quite the opposite, in fact. I simply hope that people will better understand my intentions, my regrets, and my fears. I would say that I was one of those that found Projekt Melody somewhere early, and by chance, I happened upon one of you posts on Reddit bringing up how an anime girl was talking to Chatterbait and was causing a ruckus. Out of curiosity at first, I chose to have a look. I found myself watching the second stream of the day on February 8th, 2020. And shortly after I got more interested, not just in how it was even possible. I had my guesses like many others, but why, and most importantly, the who. Over the next few days I attended more and more streams, I tried to stand out in the chat, I started tipping tokens, I wanted to get noticed. I was hooked on the moment. I heard Melody say my username and say thank you. I wanted more. I chose to try to get more. I subbed on Patreon, followed everywhere where she went, joined her Discord, threw more and more money at her, until I started to be recognized. Not just by her, but by those in the community. I started to make a name for myself. I started to feel happy again, but it wasn't enough. I started to send DMs everywhere. I had a chance offering what I saw was supportive. I offered to help with anything and everything she needed. Tech support, artwork, streams, recordings, anything. Eventually, she saw my messages paired with yet another large tip and agreed to DM me. I would only get worse for her from this point on. At first, the conversation went well. In my eyes, at least, Melody seemed to be willing to listen, at least in part, to anything I was willing to pass along. The more we talked, the more I became attached. The more streams I recorded, and the more I wished to be of service. At that time, I wanted nothing more than to be of use. I drove my It drove my actions and at times influenced many decisions. I wasn't alone. Just before I posed the question of offering the stream recordings, I had out of context melody, also known as Lord Rimuru, had done the same. Given that they were using the recordings to add content to their Twitter for out of context jokes and humor, it made sense that they would offer the same. Initially, I was on board working with them and trying to put on the best possible product for Melody to use. At least until once again, I started to overstep. The more I became known in the science team, the more I saw that I was being talked about when actively present. I would often look for mentions of my username in chats and try to figure out what the context had been about. One such thing was the mention of a voice from Tom Robot Melody was using at the time. It was around the point that she was playing through Portal 2. I wanted to talk to the voice actor of Wheatley. It caught my curiosity and I began to ask for the inspiration, not the original nation, but anyone who would listen. Let me interrupt myself here for a second. Some people are adding that he wasn't one of Melody's crazies. That's true, and I even had opportunities to deal some of them. See, I guess I'll dox myself a little bit here. When Melody was starting off on Chatterbait and she was blowing up, just styling all of these e-girls and making them mad that an anime character was quote-unquote taking over their jobs. As she began to rise in popularity, I was one of the first people to actually interview her for an article. And due to that article and it being published, the Discord that was attached to the publication that I worked for became flooded with the science team. The science team wanted to do one thing and one thing alone. They wanted to talk about Project Melody, no matter fucking what. It didn't matter what the goal of the server was, and spoilers, it wasn't about talking about Project Melody. They wanted to know everything about Melody because I was one of the first that interviewed there. So I've been flooded with DMs. I've been flooded with questions by random people. The chat has been getting out of control in every single Discord channel. It was all about Melody. The science team, even in those years, was pretty fucking crazy. I don't know how it is right now because I haven't been on like Project Melody's official Discord in like many months. I don't know where it went, but considering we are sitting here reading about one of her most infamous simps, I imagine it went to not a very good place. But yeah, that was just an anecdote. Science team be kinda crazy. With COVID going on and things taking a turn for the worse, I started to have issues outside of an IRL at this point. Struggles at work and with family that I didn't want to be involved in. I had talked about a few of these on Discord in a not so calming way. Paired this with my growing attitude, desires, and want for power, it became more clear each day that I was not going to be a good influence. Community members, mods, and Melody herself caught onto this, and I began to lie and manipulate. I would do anything to get what I want. I was the one practice skill that I had. Given my occupation, I had been practicing some mixed martial arts for self-defense, and I had an unfortunate accident during one of the days. An improper rear choke crushed my Adam's apple into my neck and led to some unusual and unexperienced issues that I was struggling to deal with. To the point I had a panic attack in front of my boss due to being afraid of not being able to breathe. One of my deepest fears I've had since childhood. Thanks to my visit to the ER, as a result, I was put on quarantine for the next 2 weeks, where I continued to make rash decisions with money and with my attempts to curry favor. It was not going well. I began to not appreciate Melody's choice in having Lord Rimuru provide her with the recordings that I was still jumping through hoops to get from her, and began to fester hatred every time they were mentioned, or when I saw them, to the point I would lose my mind with every post I saw on my Twitter feed of out-of-context Melody content, then unfollowed as means to keep myself from it all. That was the beginning of my mistakes, where everything I did just made it worse. That night, Lord Rimuru sent me a message out of concern, and I refused to see it. I went to sleep mulling over what I would say, how I would say it, and how I would push back for what I blamed them for taking from me. The next morning, I attacked them with words I intended for myself, in the worst way possible. My only thought, I wonder what kind of trouble this is going to stir up. Have I done something to offend you? Noticed you unfollowed. Didn't know if I said something wrong. I had hoped to be where you are sitting, just not with the out-of-content stuff. After all the things that I did in attempt to change, I still act like a jealous toddler, crying in the corner while someone else plays with my favorite toy. Melody was right to choose you. You are doing a better job than I ever will. I'm tired of life taking away everything that makes me happy. There is only one thing left for me to do. I wish you all the luck in the world. Don't blame yourself. Now, if you don't mind, I'm going to block you and then kill myself. Goodbye forever. So, yeah, it's already going places. Not a good first impression, I have to say. I would regret this message moments after sending it, but once it's sent, there is nothing you can do. I spent the day at work focusing on Discord of my job, waiting for messages for anything. That is, until I could no longer see eFOT Central in my server list. I had been banned. No questions asked. After suffering an emotional breakdown and making attempts to hide what happened to me, I took the first step towards some things that I have still not made progress on. I started some therapy. It was just a cover-up. I made new accounts, used different cards, emails, everything. I tried every avenue that I knew of and tried to worm my way back in. I attacked more people and pushed away those that I wanted to help, because they weren't the one I wanted to see. They weren't Projekt Melody. I eventually resigned myself to my fate and started to keep some distance. So I still tried to be seen in some way or another. Tips and donations continued. Messages were sent here and there, until I was called out again. I was still sending passive-aggressive messages to Melody in Chatterbait chat, and PMs praising her choice of Lord Rimu for the recordings. And midstream she said, completely out of character, "Muscle, can you please stop? You should have opened my eyes to what I was doing, but I took it as another attack." I began looking for sympathy, anywhere I could find it. Posts on Reddit, Twitter, etc. I discovered that Melody, who had followed my account till then, had blocked me, so I finally went silent, in my eyes at least. The same year, on Melody's birthday, I went through with something I had planned for months prior. I gave the single largest donation I had done up to that point while she streamed on Twitch. I hope that I might encourage her to talk to me again. For that time, it didn't work. Until I sent another message out of pure hope. Once again, I didn't listen to her. I wanted back in. I wanted to be close, to be relied on, to be of use. I continued to fall apart and attack those that reached out, all while looking for sympathy. September 25th, 2020. I had thought I was doing better. Co-workers had noticed a change, but I had covered it up like I always did. I was trying to get back into hobbies, to find things worth of my time. One such thing was D&D. I had commissioned artwork and worked to create a character that I was proud of. That day I managed to find a practice game that I almost desperate to attend. It was Friday. For months now, we had been leaving work after only a few hours as there wasn't anything going on. So I was able to catch the early times. only to be told we were working our normal hours, just sitting around doing nothing instead of being sent home. I broke down. I lost all hope in doing anything positive again, and resolved myself to my sorrow. We were sent home 15 minutes later after I had already cancelled my attendance and let the session being cancelled regardless. I hoped to find some way to get any positive feeling back that day and found Melody streaming on Twitch. For hours I watched and nothing cheered me up. I wrote out my suicide note, sent a cruel message with a hefty donation to Melody, and started setting up to get it all over with. My last hope was for her to see something that we had, maybe feel something. When I heard COVID, I knew nothing would come of it. See, you may think that there's a lot of self-awareness here, but the fact that he says that him and Melody had something other than, a friendly relationship, we're gonna see that in his personal DMs with him, with Melody. They had a friendly relationship, and honestly, I think Melody was just a bit too kind to him. Not blaming Melody for being kind to anybody, but she was way too understanding for a person of this caliber. He's delusional, but he thinks that he's self-aware by writing all of this out. He still suffers from illusionary connections that he had to Melody. In other words, a lot of it is in his mind, and in his mind only. People messaged me on Twitch, Twitter, Reddit, all over. I read them, but ignored each one. They weren't her, so I didn't care. At midnight, I wrapped a rope around my neck and waited for 53 minutes. I tried to encourage forced accidentally fall anything, but I couldn't do it. I still don't know why. I was en route to stay at a mental hospital for the next few weeks. I managed to find a way out in time for my birthday on the 19th and sent an "It's my birthday" message and donation that only made things worse. I was back in that mental hospital a few days later. For months, I went from therapist to therapist, drug to drug, counselor to counselor, doctor to doctor, and never made progress. At least I saw it. I just couldn't get it all out of my head. I knew what I had done, and no matter what I tried, I couldn't get past it all. Get past all of it. I woke up tormented by dreams of Melody, unsure if they were nightmares or not. I wanted someone to care about me again. People started to see improvement in me again. Though I was still too blind to see it, I poured more effort into the few things I could be recognized for, and it still amounted to nothing. Then I had another stupid idea. Why not make one last attempt? It wasn't meant to be special. The intent was just to show up and give another gift to the pile. Say happy birthday and leave, but I still had hopes, still had cravings. I asked therapists, supposed friends, and even the internet if I might be a good idea. I never ask internet for advice regarding that kind of thing. Complete strangers won't help you with your mental issues, especially people that don't know you. They all said that it might say for one comment on Reddit just before I deleted the post. If this is about who I think it is, you need to just give up and move on. One sound advice. Even though that wouldn't really help him with his mental issues, there's things far deeper going on with this guy than just giving up and moving on. I went through with the idea, got the exact reaction I thought I would. That's it, nothing else, so I sent one last message via the only means I had left. I meant every word, and I still do. I will never be able to atone for what I have done. I hurt people to get what I want, I attacked those that I care deeply about, and made an enemy of myself. I deserve everything that has happened to me and more. I just hope that someday I'll become a better person for this. Say what you will about me. I'm not asking for shame or pity or anything. I just hope that people would be willing know things as I saw. To know what I'm truly sorry, that I had best intentions in my heart, just chose the worst possible method to get them. Well, considering that he's been mentioning how he was greedy and his best intentions were just, being very selfish, even though he wanted to be useful, he he got incredibly greedy about the things that he wanted, so I think he's just making excuses for himself, but that's kind of my take on that. Being part of the science team was some of the happiest days of my life, and I threw it all over petty greed. I miss you all, and I don't forever regret what I have done. Please don't be like me. And that's the end of his manifesto, but he did include all of his DMs on Twitter and on Discord with Project Melody, which you might say is kind of shitty, you know, revealing private DMs, but he did it anyway, and you can kind of grasp by taking a glimpse of how he was interacting with Melody at the time. Every DM I sent that I still have access to. This is the Reddit post that he made asking for advice. I'm gonna read that too. I, male 26, wasn't the best friends with her, female 20, and it caused a painful rift between us. I want to try to rekindle the friendship. TLDR, I wasn't a good friend with her, and that issues created and pushed by me caused a painful rift between us to form. I want to try again and rebuild. I'm not sure this is rule breaking or not. If it is, let me know and I will change my words and remove this post. Last year, around February, I found someone online that, to put shortly, I just click with. From my perspective, we had become decent friends and hung out often, in some cases daily. While I would say that I might have been somewhat pushy, extremely pushy, we'll see that. In the beginning, that we may become better and closer friends. I was quickly pushed back and had boundaries put in place that I had respected at that time. Some months passed by, and I had been providing them with several means of support that she may continue to build upon, a goal that she'd been working towards since before we found each other. Be it providing assistance physically or offering money, had she needed some. I never asked for anything in return save for the friendship to continue, and what better use of the money I had than in being spent by someone with a need for it, as well as a desire for its use. That is, until I discovered she had been working with someone else who had been assisting her with the same means. Save the money that I had been supposedly before I had offered to help in that same regard. Suffice to say, I quickly became jealous, and instead of working with this individual, I attacked them. I was quickly pushed back and removed from the better part of the friend group we were in. It hurt, and I disagreed that it was necessary, but I now agree that it was a smart choice. I respected the new boundaries put up and kept my distance mostly. Back in September, during an event that she was involved in, I passed along a message and a gift as a means of support and congratulations for her progress towards her goal. In hopes that this message may offer a desire to talk as we once had, unfortunately it had the opposite effect. I was cut out completely, blocked, muted, and ignored. Tried several times to figure out what it was I had done with no answer. Came off too strong. I cut myself out of her life completely not long after that. Save for the occasional bittersweet memory of lost friendship, I was able to push past it all. This is until recently I had learned that she had been saving up for quite some time to purchase something she wants to allow her to further work toward her goal, and her birthday is in the near future. I had the idea to purchase it, and a gift to her for said birthday with nothing other than my name on the gift. Saying who it was, in hopes that she may reach out in some form should she feel the desire. The ball being in her court, per se, if she did want to try last time to reconcile and rekindle the friendship, and if it happens, it happens. If not, I move on, having given and not taken. Really. She should have even reached. Should she not even reach out, I will move on as well. My question is there anything else I could do? I admit I have my doubts and they are well placed, but I genuinely miss out our friendship and the time we were able to share with each other. Adapt, I am in the wrong for wanting that again. Without going into specifics, it does seem that I might work. but I am unsure. TLDR, I wasn't the best of friends with her, and issues created and pushed by me caused the painful rift between us to form. I want to try again and rebuild. Damn, this one is wide. Sorry, chat, I have to block you for a moment. Hello, Project Melody. My name is Nathaniel. I thought I had doubts that you know me by name. I had been an avid supporter of you since I first found you on your second Chatterbait stream on February 8th, 2020. I will apologize for the means of contact that I am using, but I feel a need to tell you how I truly feel. The last year and a half had been a cruel roller coaster of emotions and struggle that in no way should have an effect on you. It shames me to know that they did. Had it been my intention or not. I admit I have little to no experience working with people in general, that it had led my emotional and mental downfall. But you and your community have helped me substantially, and I wish to express my gratitude in the best way I know I can manage. Not long after I had learned of your existence, you and your community of the science team had become an integral part of my life. Every day I was excited to be done with work, with enough time to catch your streams. Even at work, found myself on your Discord server talking to people I would have considered friends, more and more often. For once, I felt welcomed and appreciated. Some of my fondest memories had been because of this. Popping in on Discord, having dozens of other members just say hello. Well, I don't think I have the words for how good it made me feel. As time progressed, I tried to get closer to people, to make better friends, and most importantly, to get closer to you. I wanted to support you in any way I could. Money didn't seem like it was enough, no matter how much it was that I gave you. I still remember the first time you said my name when I gave you tokens. Sometimes it hurts remembering what I have lost. I already know who to blame. You had called me out on multiple occasions for my behavior toward you and other members, including those that were trying their best to help you in their own ways. I was being jealous and infatuated. Overly clingy. It took me longer than I would have liked to learn about what I was doing to you. I was being manipulative, cruel, hateful, possessive. I wanted you all for myself with no intention to share. I was recently diagnosed with borderline personality disorder, so some of you may say that's very telling. Basically, I have polar opinions on people. I either think the world of them or I hate their existence, and this can change and flip at the flip of a coin. The coin being tossed at even the smallest conflict. Because of my severe lack of social experience, I found myself attacking those that were supporting you with the same work that I was trying to provide. I attacked them with crueler and crueler means until I was rewarded with what I deserved. Even with this, I still forced you into several situations when you had to talk to me. You had made multiple attempts to help me, but each time I refused to listen. Because they, in my eyes, all meant more distance from you, sadly helping bring the infatuation further into light. This led to more and more manipulation behaviors and cruel means of communication. Attacks on more people and growing hate of me when all I wanted was to support. It all came to the worst thing I have ever done. Instead of threatening, I acted on my intentions and destroyed any hopes that I had left of being able to return to what I had. You took the brunt of it, and I never find the words to address it. I will not ask you to forgive me. I cannot forgive myself. Had I been in your position, I would have done the same things. Following this, I had several inpatient therapies, medications, and other treatments. I forced myself to put distance between us. I logged out on all accounts that I have even the slightest mention of you, your friends, or your community. But no matter how far I went, I simply could not get you out of my head. You mean that much to me. I struggled and pushed myself harder and harder to stay away. It worked for a time until I got desperate yet again. I'm sure the gift has already arrived and that you have put it to use, especially after saying that you hoped it was real, and the things I could have could be used to fix. It's genuine and real. I want nothing more than to make you happy. I want you to know how much you mean to me. You mean the world to me. You saved and supported me just by being there. You are incredible, kind, witty, bubbly, loving. Just by existing, you have helped me. You have helped thousands of people. You have built and created so much good and wonder, and shared it with so many. You have introduced me to more people that have the ability to care for and support on my own. You have saved lives, improved others, changed even more for the better. All I have done is get in the way. I just wanted you to know how I feel. That I am truly sorry for all the pain and stress I have caused. I wish all the success, support, and happiness in the world for you. I always hold you dear in my heart. I will do my best to grow and improve myself in the future so that I might accomplish even a sliver of what you have done. I don't think I will ever find someone as special to me as you. If anything, I wanted you to know that I love you. Truly, I always will. An old friend, BetrayedMussel. And here's the beginning of his DMs on Twitter with Melody. Chat, I'll take like a few seconds to drink something because my throat is already going places. Let me read what you think about this. I can't wait for historians to figure out what the hell happened in this VTuber community timeline. If anyone bothers to do that, he's gonna be a saint because there's so much shit to wade through. I mean, hours upon hours of content, both written and in video format. So if anyone takes something like that on, they'll probably have to have the patience of a saint. But anyway, from these DMs alone, you will see how all of this devolved, because it is kind of wholesome, especially from Melody's side, for quite a bit. And these messages start on March 15th, so just a little over a month since BetrayedMussel discovered Melody on one of her Chatterbait streams. Bring it on, yes. Though if I took that open off. I know that Microsoft Word has a way to make mail lists that will fill the names and addresses, etc. to automate all the ones you have left. Still looking into a way to do all the emailing as well. Option. Interesting. If you want, I can make a general walkthrough for you, or I could make them all for you. I can also look into other methods. Oh my gosh, you're so helpful. Honestly, what stands out in PR you mentioned that would be really helpful. I'm willing to help if you want me to. I also have recordings of the streams that you haven't uploaded onto Pornhub. They would like to get you somehow. That way it can stay active. The guy could have been a great clipper, but you know, he kind of wasted it all on being extremely parasocial with the VTuber. Definitely, I just don't know much about it, so I don't know what I need help doing, lol. Oh, definitely. If you even want to send streams for me to upload onto Pornhub, go right ahead. We have a Dropbox. No, I use Mega, but I can make an account if you would prefer. Sadly, the file sizes are large, nearing 480 GB total. I'm also willing to upload for you, but I don't want you to risk your account on my word. Honestly, what are you doing and how well you are doing is admirable. The sheer scale of things that you have achieved brings a tear to my eye. But massive projects have limits on what one individual can do. I'm willing to aid you with any undertaking that you need another set of hands. I would very much like to see you succeed even more than you already have. If you say the word, I will be there. If you also say no and you would rather I left you alone, I'll honor that request. I am not going to try to encourage empty words filling a wall of text. It's like kind of now. Oversharing is kind of the first red flag. Like again, Melody is gonna be way too kind to this person. Take some time to think on it. I would rather if you would rather start small and work with me. Honestly, what are you doing? Okay. Say the word I will be there. Take some time to think on it. If you would rather start small and work with me a little bit first to build some trust, that'll be your choice. My DMs are always open. Mega is fine too. Fair enough. You know, you're really freaking considerate. It's admirable. Oh gosh. I wonder if this is also Melody's a bit of inexperience with people. Melody is fairly young, so it could be that, and you know, me personally knowing some things about Melody, she was at that time at least a bit naive. So yeah, feel bad for her. You are mostly lovely and careful with your intentions. I appreciate this so much, and I will have to think on everything. You're a good scientist, Muscle, for all you do. You are most welcome. Feel free to contact me anytime. We'll have to work with a 3-hour time difference, though. Did you get a chance to think about our conversation, or would you like more time? It was 2 days later. Choose up with the viewers uncensored, 1 to 10. Thank you so much, Muscle. I'm excited to watch. And what about your offer? The only thing is that stick out I need is getting recordings from my streams for uploads and general social media advice. However you would prefer to do is your choice. I can try to work with out of context Melody to see if they have ones. I don't to upload those as well. I don't know if I have missed any since I started to record them. Only to private one at the Twitch stream to my knowledge. I would also recommend an official statement on Twitter on the like for those that have been uploading full streams after they had asked. That way you won't have to worry about some of the content thieves. I'm sure some of them would be willing to take the videos down, but allowing clips, montages, music video, etc. would be a good thing for visibility. That is good advice, at least. Some of the recordings also have a couple of issues. I had one stream get split in half due to a CB error. And one of the recent ones have some irritating skipping thanks to CB as well. While they were doing maintenance, as you had said. I also, at some point, tried to download things from CB and was a pain in the ass. CB, Chatterbait was like I think it still is. It's like a website that's stuck between Web 1.0 and Web 2.0. It's such a fucking shit show, and I don't know if it got any better. If you aren't busy, you want to keep on with discussion of how you want to do things. Here's a list of the streams and conditions they are in. February 18th, 2 versions, 2 different lengths of quality. Higher quality version still has parts of the beginning and the end of the old means of capture that I was using. Lower quality need last for seconds, cut off to remove the same issues. February 21st, solid, not noticed issues. February 22nd, solid, no issues. February 25th, solid, no issues. February 26th, uploaded already. February 27th, 28th, split videos due to stream resets can give, but no need to upload. February 29th, split video due to stream reset, no need for upload due to music volume issues. March 1st, solid, no issues. March 3rd, solid, no issues. March 5th. Stream split, one video has 45 minutes, other has the reset of the stream. Would recommend a split upload, likely caused by 18-minute yellow wall. It'd be very good engineer with that kind of attention to detail. But again, yeah, used it for this. February 15th, 20 gigabytes. Please let me know when you have it, so I can remove and start the next uploads. as well as interspecies reviewers to free up space. Given that there was no warning, I won't be able to record this stream. Did you get a chance to look, or did you forget? Mind you, it's just been like 3 days since they last been in contact, but he's already egging her on, like, for answers. Oh my gosh, missed many DMs. My apologies, badass Sama. Also, you're making everyone else look bad. Thank you so freaking much. Like, goddamn. The way she told him that must have really boosted his ego. Oh Jesus. Considering everything that we have already learned about him, this probably sent him into the fucking stratosphere. That I could help, that I could be of some support. I wanted to at least start to get you the streams that I have. Unfortunately, due to my hospital visit, I won't be able to get you this morning. Doing all that from there, God, how so? Wasn't able to get the recording started. Completely understandable. It happened with my computer off, and I wasn't able to get it going remotely. I mean, I'm not surprised. I totally get it. How long have you been there? Since this morning, I might be able to self-contain my own area rather than hospital bed tomorrow. Once some last tests get back. Speaking of, I hope that you saw the tweet I sent about that donated sub. It would be great for a thank you call out. But not that important right now. I have a couple of questions of the stream downloads I'd like to set up for you. Given the upload times, download times, and possibility of corruption errors, are you okay with doing it via this method? Would I drop at least one of the mega and you download it so I have room to drop the next set? It's still 450-ish gigabytes, so it will take some time, and I don't want to take away from your plan to put not safe for gameplay on Pornhub for it to get buried by streams. I didn't mean for you to drop everything and go and post something. I was planning on retweeting it, but I hope it sounds okay. It's never easy for me to articulate the span of my gratefulness. Well, it's more than worthy. I'm glad you took the time to do so. Absolutely, mega sounds fun. I'm happy to go this method, especially since you're taking the time. But I wanted to drop everything to go post. Of course, you beautiful lover. Poor Melody, she doesn't know what she's doing to the guy. Okay, so process ideas then. Since you have mega, I would recommend clearing out stuff you won't need. And importing reviewers and the February 18th stream to yours so you can download them. This way I can clear mine out and start the upload of the next stream. Then if you're willing, let me, I can message you. I can message you whenever an upload completes so that we can repeat this process. Unfortunately, Twitter DMs are guaranteed to be swamped for you. So you have a different platform you want me to send you a message on, I can do so. Absolutely. Side note, to the stream that I already up needs to have the ending trimmed, but a bit to remove some remnants of my old recording method. Don't want that one on an official stream. I will make a note of that. I've sent DMs for general status on the other vids too, see above. I mean, fair enough, I'm still surprised you can do all of this from there. My phone is blowing up again. Now I think I have an idea of how popularity feels. Second red flag, if not the third. In my head, you're an iron lung with your hands sticking out texting. I should meme that. Haha, it's overwhelming, right? Please do. I can't meme for shiz. I'll add it to the list. XD. Do you need me to talk you through how to do all the mega things? Getting the downloads going overnight can get us a head start, and I wouldn't have any going during streams. I hope it doesn't overload your internet either. So many router issues. I actually learned how to do it recently, like 2 weeks ago. I can do it. My PC is finished updating and rendering. I know, you'd think my ISP would email to say it's testing or whatever. Okay, do you have a different platform you want me to message you on when we finish the upload, or just stick with Twitter? Mega and Twitter are good for things. I also have Gmail. At least he edited out the Gmail. Again, you're so sweet for doing so much. Well, now I have time to do more, but admittedly I haven't gotten far in the list yet. Okay, so just make sure you want me to email you when I have a completed upload. Good day, Melody. You know, I've been thinking about it. This is like a fairly obvious thing you can miss. Like he says he's so sorry for everything, but you know he still broke Melody's privacy and just shared their DMs. So you know, take that as you will. Have completed an upload of insert dates. Upload. Please advise when you are ready for the next one to start. With regards, BetrayedMussel. LOL. Very formal, but if it pleases you, LOL, as a tweet is fine. Melody, I did a thing. Go do the thing best. Muscle. Well, I had an idea on that note. Though you were rarely active, you have set up your Discord so that you can only receive messages from friends. Unless that is also swamped with mentions, it might be a good idea. But if you prefer Twitter or Gmail, I can do so. Discord is a hellverse, especially the DMs. Oh, disregard then. That then was not aware. I appreciate your flexibility. I was gonna pop up saying I can message you without being friends, so I assumed, oh, I can add you. I'll double up, do both Twitter and Gmail. Less formal and then super formal, then maybe some memes. The question is what email I should use. Yes, especially the memes, they're so fun. I'm really looking for Iron Lungs. LOL. Reddit has some good ones too. Smiley face. Oh, while we are here, you want me to attempt to critique your social media like you had asked earlier? Whoa, lot text. Okay, I'm going to write this out so I can go into sleep mode as well. Best practices for social media. Twitter. So far, for what I can tell you, you're doing this one correctly. However, as with all social media, there will be those that try to drag you and your account through the mud. I have seen your hidden tweet of the Corona scammer. YouTube have already dealt with in part experienced some of the troubles with YouTube. Some will try to impersonate your account and set up updation pages to trick fans. From my understanding, there is a sub-count requirement to get verified that you have reached, but I may be wrong. Get your account verified ASAP. This was you will have better means to request the removal of impersonation accounts and hitting other accounts for stealing content rather than promoting you. There will also be copyright strikes on you. I can almost guarantee this, mainly for use of music or other random content. Less copyright strikes and more copyright claims, unless it becomes egregious. The system puts in place for this YouTube is atrocious. Do not put a lot of trust into it. Which you will always have to keep in mind that you are partnered. This means while you are have a promoted status and additional privileges, you will also be more heavily scrutinized by those that will have you removed from the platform. Though some of the serious events have been glossed over for other streamers, I would very highly recommend to never invite or read fan messages without some form of pre-screening. I wonder if he offered her to do that. There is a history of screening the messages. There is a history of individuals who set up message readouts for tip messages that get hijacked. My trolls have led to permabans, as well as trolls who have utilized game mechanics to troll streams with rule-breaking content. For example, Soul Eater and its character creation system. There's nothing wrong with inviting players to streams to participate in some way, but until you have solid footing, playing solo and doing collabs with other streamer will get you a good practice and help you get used to how it all works, which is in the end will help you decide how you want to entertain your viewers. Style, callouts, thank yous all change with how you want to run the stream. Continue. Adding more platforms. This will have to be something that you want to invest more time into. Things like Facebook or Instagram are obvious, and you should continue to avoid and pass along info on fake accounts so that the community can help report them. However, some platforms can greatly aid for how you can push your content. I wonder how many fake melody accounts there actually were, or if this is just an unfounded worry of that guy. I haven't looked into it, so I don't know how many people actually bothered to impersonate Melody. Although there was this one VTuber that just outright stole Melody's old 3D model and added like Okami Mio's hoodie to it and pretended it was all original, so I know that was a thing. Some areas may not have access to sites like Twitch or Chatterbait. You already have these two covered with YouTube and Pornhub, but they are just general examples. General attitude. I might trigger you a little with this explanation. Your repeated statements along the line of I'm not a pickle have only stuck and continue to be called out because you have acknowledged them. This means that your community will jump on making statements, fan art, memes, you name it, because it's acknowledged. It's similar to the feeling one gets for being thanked due to large tip. This is what the trolls will bombard you. Degradatory messages are quickly removed, so they have to be smart in their ways to egg you on. Getting you angry about being called smelly is but one outlet that I have seen so far. Most have been minor and are also quickly shut down. This can include all fanart bully events with the quickly made screen caps that pop up on Discord. I will admit that I have participated in this, so it's very hypocritical for me to say anything on it. Tilting. I hope that you have heard of this term. It's not solely involved in gaming. You can experience it one form or multiple. Trolls often try to get streamers riled up with smaller statements so that when they pull out more insulting or degradatory comments, they may make it past the mods. They react with some with more emotion. That would the one with calmer head. While it may seem like it can be ignored, you have to acknowledge it, or it will only get worse. This can be seen in your case often the repeated comments and reactions to smelly or Mel is a pickle. Once the trolls learn this is not getting the attention they want, they will move away from it. Hopefully not to something worse. Well, those probably weren't the worst things, but good examples. Community interactions. This is where the praise happens. The community that you have shaped is incredible. Jeez, that's a lot. With how fast you shut down the hoes mad by turning into bros glad. I think she still uses that. You cut out the majority of the hate, promoting wholesome content and behavior has kept fans kind to each other and those that are curious or have interest. This in part why you grew on some platforms so quickly. Those who have tried to harm or do bad things are shut down not by mods but by fans. They encourage each other, they guide and assist, and most of all they have fun. On Discord alone I've seen people talk about how they got back into drawing to make fan art, or how they started coding help mods with some scripts, or even how much weight they have lost to the encourage both from you. The Melody Quotes channel is manned by multiple transcribers to the point that they have write out almost everything you say in a stream. Why is this notable? Because it brings in even more who would want to participate in your content. Some may not be physically able to hear your voice, but thanks to the channel they can be better involved. Imagine if someone started translating your videos into other languages. VR chat. Why is this so low on the list? Well, so far you have done two. Combine this with me only being a participant in the second one, I can only infer with info passed along that you have said interaction with fans, at least in this medium, will always be a challenge. Hollywood actors deal with on a daily with crazed fan paparazzi. Hell, even stalkers. How you handle this is for you to decide. Much like everything one learns, I will take practice. I believe in you. Someday soon, talking to fans will be like breathing to you. You do breathe, right? Don't be afraid to ask questions. It doesn't even need to be me. Ask fellow streamers like Server or Iron Mouse, Noble, Ghost Data, Zone. The media might be different, but experience only changes with time. They can tell you about things from experience where I can't. Take all of this with a grain of salt. I may have no idea what I'm talking about. I'm just another fan that offered to help you with anything that you might need. Word even. Take all of this with a grain of word even. That's wrong and can fall in stalker territory. You're doing great. Let my words. Don't let my words dissuade you from anything. Let me know if you need assistance with projects that you want to do. I may not be the best of help, but I will at least try to get you started. If you ever want player 2, let me know. I'd be happy to join you, at least once I get better. Sorry for the wall of text. I passed out so hard last night, like mid-conversation. I woke up like 10 plus hours later with all of my electronics on. XD. Oh my, text wall. I feel bad for you having to communicate all that on a little phone. I'm glad you have plenty of time to rest. Take some time to read that and think on it. Also, please let me know when you have everything from Mega. The next upload is 40 gigabytes. You doing okay? I have 2 Spotify playlists that I would like to send you. One for your anime OBD request and another for a DJ day from me. I'm starting to question how much of this is him wanting to help and more of him being controlling. He did mention himself that he became very manipulative, but I wonder how much of her streams he actually wanted to lead, like define the content of Melody streams by all of this influence that he tried to have over here. You're doing okay. I have 2 Spotify playlists. I read that one. Here you go. Anime OP-ED playlist. Maybe with the help of Discord. Open Spotify. DJ Hijack by me. Have fun with them. Did Silver ever reach out to you? Yes, she did. So I've been talking with Melody out of context from Twitter. We've been in contact a while because he wanted permission to record and make clips a while back. They're hilarious, so I encouraged it. He also offered to give me a raw recording so I can upload more easily onto Pornhub. Recently he offered to do the same, which is great. This week I have planned on having a group DM with the 3 of us. I wanted to work out a system because I'm not comfortable putting all of that work onto one person. I was alluded that you weren't comfortable with that, so I was gonna ask why. But I also had received a message about your contact on Discord. Oh, this is where trouble in paradise starts. I'm seeing a pattern of concerning posts that I'd like to address. I know the quarantine is making everybody a bit stir-crazy and bored, but even still, it upsets me to see how emotional you've been getting about things pertaining to me. I notice jealousy and infatuation. This makes me nervous because I had this happen in the past with a few other members. Oh boy. I like you. You're kind and we get along. Well. So I wanted to discuss this with you. It's not acceptable to be talking in this forum about you getting panic attacks and missing work because of miscommunication with me. And it's not acceptable to boast about talking to me or talking initiatives like rallying for you to voice Tom. That would cause a ton of unnecessary jealousy in the community. There's other things I've noticed, but the general feeling is that I'd like you to take things easier. My existence shouldn't be stressful. I just want to have fun and make friends. There's nothing and should never be something about my world that should cause existential unease. But I'd appreciate if you were less concerned. I will be fine, I promise. And regarding the recordings with out of context, I really like to do a group DM. But if that would cause jealousy, then I would probably stick with one. And you contacted me after him. Just want to clarify, it's not targeting or punishing you or anything of the sort. You're my bud, and I enjoy having you in my community. All I wish for you is some cooling down. She's way too kind to the dude, considering everything that he outlined himself in his manifesto and what she expressed in this very lengthy message. Way too kind, Melody. Way too kind. I am sorry, my curiosity gets the better of me. Sometimes it is not my intent to rally for a voice line. I had been notified that a close family member is now in the hospital due to a severe heart attack, and I was worried because contact with them is also hard. Stress for me has admittedly been an all-time high. I apologize for anything that I have unintentionally done. Things like this often pile up, and when issues arise that I have no control over, it frustrates me. I hope to someday be better at controlling it. Please do not take this the wrong way. You don't need to apologize. I just like defining clear boundaries and expectations due to issues in the past. I'm very sorry to hear about your relative. First, a pandemic, then your severe martial arts injury. Now this, I'm sure you're going through a lot right now. I appreciate you being forthcoming. It's very good to have an open dialogue. I admit that it takes another point of view to see the problem in someone's life. I may not have seen my actions in the same way as another. Thank you for telling me about them. I will take a step back and reevaluate everything that I won't cause and more problems, and he won't. I think like I should pass this info along to you as well. It helped me to talk about it. If you're okay with reading it and adding some input, about a month ago, not long after discovering your stream, I was in a different position at my job. I was in charge of more tasks, working with those higher up in the business, and I was doing a really good job at it. So much oversharing. However, it came with its own disillusions. I had to be more personable, hold myself and others in a higher regard, and have more respectable demeanor than I was capable of. I was never able to feel the standard that my bosses wanted, and they elected to remove me from the position. This happened the same day I had realized that I was feeling genuinely happy again. For the first time in a long time, I had your streams and I could watch new games to play, new hobbies. I was doing good at work and I was being respected and appreciated. A feeling that I hadn't had much experience with. The effective removal tore all of it up for me. It hurt. That night I had gone over plans for some events that I had still regret even thinking about. I knew what I wanted to do, how I wanted to do it, whenever everything, even though the ways for someone to save myself, but I saved myself. After sleeping that night, I realized I have to work on myself. I am going to be any better. Over the last months, have something to manage to lose 20 pounds. I improve my physical abilities, progress my career, and once again be happy. Listening to you though through your streams and reading your messages helped me with that. So I really should be thanking you. You helped me regain some of that drive I had. It took another few hits in the last few days and I refused to let them stop me. If you'll have me, I hate myself for wronging you and I'm truly sorry. When you are ready, let me know. I have some things to work on while I wait. It's true, we can only see part of ourselves and the rest through the eyes of others. You're not causing issues. I was just bringing up a pattern that needed addressing. I'm sorry to hear about the job removal. I'm starting to think she's starting to get a bit guilt-tripped by him. So here's where the manipulation comes through. And Melody actually kind of falling for it. Everyone can fit into various needs of others, and personalness is a very difficult trait to express. It happened on the same day. Oh no, can still have most of that, but I can see how the emotion would sour everything. You must be really strong. I'm glad you were able to fight through the pain. I'm glad you've been able to turn things around so much. Don't hate yourself, seriously. Nothing severe was done. Nothing tangible either. It was just enthusiasm that I appreciate lessened. Enthusiasm, more like signs of obsession, but Melody sadly didn't notice them. That's it. You're not a bad person, and don't wait for me, Sally. That's like a lot of pressure, XD. But if I need something, I'll be forthcoming. Thank you. I put an episode 11 of reviewers on Mega for you. Yeah, so you don't have to go digging through that for the link. You think you're ready to continue the discussion we were having? I remember you were sometimes forgetful about things, but if it's bothering you, I'll back some more. You're active on Chatterbait, not Twitch. Out of context, and I have some stuff we wanted to ask about if you aren't busy. People saw you take stuff apart after your stream. Your head broke, and I think it's in the VOD. It's already in Discord. I wasn't fast enough. I'm sorry. Did you think on the Portal 2 challenge I sent you? I have a streaming setup so we could do side by side with a little involvement in your stream from me. Yeah, my neck snapped yesterday. Very painful, lol, but the spring didn't get spread. My mods are amazing. I like challenges. However, I don't think I can stream on Twitch with a support science team member, period. You thought people will be out for blood. LOL. I would create chaos and lots of hurt feelings. Sorry about that, truly. No worries, just thought I'd ask. You have time to talk. You have time to talk to out of context, and how you want to do the stream recordings pass-alongs. I think I'm a little out of the loop. I'm also happy to join you offline if you're okay with that, but that is too far. Yeah, buddy. I don't think you have that sort of relationship yet. And considering she kind of tries to keep her distance. And I appreciate you asking. I ran through the scenarios and pros and cons. I respect you too much to string you along with a maybe. That is my honest belief. Chaos, lol. Oh, sorry, I think I was vague. I started with out of context, and he said he can handle it. When he feels he needs help or can't do it anymore, I was planning to ask you if you're still interested. It's fine to ask these things, because you never know what response you might get. So don't feel bad, lol. It's kind of sad that I haven't had time to play just with bots. I technically haven't taken a single day just for me yet. Always doing. LOL. I'm sorry to hear that. Everyone should have time for a break. Whatever it is that you decide to do about the recordings, I am available. And if you ever want to help with something that you can handle or can't figure out, I am here. I'm sure out of context would have their have their own questions as well. I might reach out to them soon if I could. I won't keep you from your Monster Hunter stuff. I know character creation takes some time. Enjoy your night and get good sleep. Oh shit. I didn't censor that one. Oh well, I'll cut out this part of the VOD. Also talking about the tip notification on screen during a private show. Add chat on Discord via phone. Just so you know, I already looked at my free cams. They don't want to just so you know. They don't want the Patreon private show either. Whoop. No one saw that. Let's just say this is for educational purposes. We're having a documentary. That's why this booba is visible. We're making a documentary, a nature one, and that's fine. Educational nudity is fine on YouTube. So whoever is Susan replaced by, just so you know, we're filming a documentary here. I would highly recommend you look into your streaming software to see if you have a log function. When you have moved tip notification, you also move your stream overlay, causing a blue bar on the left on the screen. Most programs have some means of doing that. There are a few things I'm going to note from your Twitch stream today. Your account name was put out there for people to however copycats have already created several to pretend to be you. You join an open lobby with no passcode. Should be no more booba in here. There are a few things I'm going to note from your Twitch stream today. Your account name was put on out there for people to see. However, copycats already created several to pretend to be you. You joined an open lobby with no passcode. If someone found you, you could have joined, and they could join and do whatever they wanted, good or bad. Private lobby every time. You mentioned pro gamers. Why do they have to be pros? You do have other VTubers, and well, I won't say it. SOS is a function in the game to invite player to assist. This has pros and cons. Be careful. I will end this here because Portal. Good luck. I think I have a good YouTube video for you to do. Would be on development of computer technology. Last episode of reviewers is up on Mega. Congratulations on 200k Twitter followers. Here's a message from Melty Vixen. I'll be recording my my POV with the group one today, as well with the links in case you didn't see in Discord for group. To last meetup. Here's another of his messages that you really read to out of context. The one where he said he's going to kill himself, and that's the first part that I have saved. I'll take like a 2-minute break and then we'll continue. We're like almost 2/3 done with this, and this is gonna escalate only from here. It's been pretty fun so far. I'm gonna take a drink. You guys also grab something, and I'll also catch up to the chat at the same time. I'm back, unhydrated. Caught up to some of the chat. The Booba incident gave me something to think about. It reminded me of a video that's probably still up on YouTube. It's very old at this point. It's one of these first upload type of videos that you can still sometimes see on YouTube. It's an AMV or the MAD rather, of Saya no Uta. Basically a music video with scenes from the VN in it. And in it, you can see Saya sucking a dick. The dick is censored, but it's still very explicit. So Saya has been sucking a dick for the last 16 years or something on YouTube or something like that. I think I'll link. I think I'll link you a video to that later. In fact, I might do it now. Hold up, before we continue. It's a pretty good song too. Yeah, there it is. There it is in the chat. I was right. Saya has been sucking a dick on YouTube for 16 years, and nobody bothers to notice. Only I know this. Only I pointed out. But yeah, let's get back to the topic. I need to get my reading fix. Here is where the Discord DMs start. Here is where it all falls apart. Let me put the chat in a different position. Okay, this is better. Boop! Yay! Do you want tech support help? Congrats! Your audio for voice clip is going, but we have an error message. That was crazy. Hope I don't embarrass you. Oh no, it was it was a contestant. I would have been much worse. But the bugginess of your end stream was kind of funny. Thank you for letting me be your star. Thank you for letting me support you. My glitching is kind of big part of my lads love me. I believe it. This was so fun, and I feel less bad since the contestants are messaging me to tell me they were just hosing me. LOL. That seems like it was point of the stream. They want you to fail, and others get the same thing, just a different kind of content. Discord was loving it and the same cringy points, but it wasn't a bad stream. Reading everyone's predictions and ideas was kind of nice, and almost everyone had you with Mia from the start. Silver and Iron Mouse were also in the stream chat, having fun too. I did put another tweet out for you. I wanted to jump on it. Whenever you want to keep working on with Mega, we can have it. I'm not as confined as I was, so it will be easier. I'm so glad Discord was having fun. LOL. Kind of want to see, but I know I'll be just a wall of text. LOL. Hold on, I need to post. Did you fall asleep mid post? So you know some people have donate to Iron Mouse over 4K. She is in tears. Thank you. Slept well? Out of context, I have some questions about the stream plan for Monday, and I know you wanted to get us caught up on your plan sleep as well. Don't mean to spam you, but about with being tomorrow, AOC and I want to ask you some questions of your preference for recording the private stream, and as well your ideas going forward. I know this is a busy week for you, so I'll stop asking from here on out. What are your questions? I'm actually in favor of my private streams being recorded, to be honest. Part of what out of context I was wondering was about that. Would you like to the group chat you were talking about sometime today? I know you have a stream to get ready for, though. You're also waiting for your word and plans to go forward. Didn't mean to be a bother. Did you forget about your 4 PM stream? People saw you take things apart in your stream. Clips are already on Discord. Now I'm not as drink as I was. Shemaine reached out to me. I am still modded in CB. I have been asked to remind you to remove me from it, and drag me while a mod is a bad example. Not going to be good morning for me. Have a good night. I said I would, so now I am. My question is on the plan for the recordings. I'm sure you are tired of me asking, but I'll do them, and they're starting to fill up my drives. I will have to delete some soon. I know the file transfer sucks, and I see you have placed your cards with out of context. Do you still want them? Do you want me to hold onto specific ones, etc.? My POV for the meetup is still uploading to Mega. I will send you the link when it's done. If you'd like, you can forward your recordings to out of context for Pornhub upload. If your quality is higher, it really depends on which of your versions is sharper. As well as your recording could be used during time he's unable to stream. I'm not sure how you both would orchestrate that without being too complicated. Did you have fun today? I did have fun. I don't think the quality is the issue. I often see the recordings cut out a bit or have to buffer, or mine commonly don't. But it's just that jealousy kicking back in. I have a way to do 4K screen recording, but I may end up with the same issues. And I would triple the file size. Tell me what you want me to do. I don't want to step on your toes. I'm also willing to act as a camera for events like the meetups. I can find a way to keep certain things from getting in the way, but I would have to be able to there either way. For my POV of the other group 2 meetup, have fun with it. Stream VR advanced settings. I can walk you through it, and I'm sure many others can too. There are many things that you will need per se. Is there any anime, movies, music, etc. you want and have trouble getting? Let me know, and I will find. I have more than enough space on Mega, and you will be able to watch from there. Multiple anime that you have mentioned wanting to watch, I do have. All I have to do is upload them. I can also teach you good ways to get, but it will require your input. Just torrent, buddy. I doubt you see the messages anymore anyway. Good luck with your plans. Oh, I've missed a lot. Sorry, I get horrible distracted and have no proper social organization system. What I do is usually just stream on Anime Kiss or Funimation or Crunchyroll. I appreciate you wanting to upload them for me, but that honestly just take up space. Well, I'm too busy to watch anime as much as I'd like anyway. You sound sad. You okay? After all the roleplay in that stream, I'm doing better. Thank you. And for letting me continue to do it. Mass boredom is kicking in again, thanks to my second round of self-isolation. Honestly, I'm trying to find ways that can help you with things. Maybe I'm taking it too far. Sorry. Of course, I love roleplaying. You're so technologically aware. All these words were so computery. I get it. Isolation is miserable. Don't feel the need to say sorry, but I truly understand. You can post in public boards. Lots of people need help with projects. You can teach a class. Huh? Me teaching a class might go about as well as me streaming. Did anyone tell you that I erased you in Portal yesterday? Oh well, it's just an idea. Yes, they did. I was slightly furious. Sorry. How dare you breeze past me? The game is hard for me. Most games are hard for Melody. She's really not a gamer. Oh, those Monster Hunter streams were disastrous. That's what makes games fun. If you have a chance to enjoy it while you play, be challenged to improve, develop problem-solving skills, manage your emotions, it's all good for your growth. I guess that's true. It doesn't have to be games. I like Dark Souls if that's what you were thinking. Dark Souls would be awful to play. I agree, part of the reason I still haven't played it. I can't wait to see more of the games that you can play on Twitch. I still blame you for getting me into Animal Crossing though. The free time, I still haven't gotten as far as you. Co-op for Portal 2 co-op can extend into what you have already. Don't worry, I won't ask. Stream suggestions has a large amount of game people recommended from all genre of games. Some can even include community in some way. I think I would be a good idea to set up a genre request up at some point to set what people to see what people will want to watch you play. If you ever want to help, ideas, advice, or someone to vent to, I am here. Thank you for being willing to talk to me. Going to move this list here since we were talking about your thousands of DMs on Twitter. Reviewers, my recording of Group 2 for Match Meetup. I hope my challenge didn't cause you any stress. It was all in good fun. First-person games tend to have larger learning curve than other games. Portal isn't bad because you don't have much pressure. Well done getting through it. When you are ready, I will try to get top-down. Try to get to it for a top-down or side-scrolling. Side-scrolling game. Ori and the Blind Forest. Ori and the Blind Forest is one I would recommend, and it has incredible story and can be fun for people to watch as well. It can become challenging at times when there is pressure for you to progress, but can push past with persistence. Everyone on Discord is hard at work trying to figure the best games for you. Don't let what happened today tear you away from this. People can be mean. We all want you to succeed. Less than free. I was being serious about the tech support help. It's my job and my hobby. I love to be able to help you. Good luck either way, and thanks for another stream. Your challenge didn't cost extra stress. If anything, it's impressive as heck. I saw a Blind Forest recommendation for before. I have a look into it. True, I broke composure the other day, but I'm pretty strong. Usually, lol. Thanks for the support. And that's great for the mad lads are so keen to help me find the right games. I think I found the issues. I need to call the computer people I work with tomorrow. Hopefully they're open. I honestly think their asset is a brick/lemon. I've had issues ever since I first downloaded it. I've seen identical complaints on their page on BBB. Thank you again for the offering to help so earnestly. You are most welcome. If I could provide, oh, this is the oversharing thing again. If I could help provide some insight at the least for the games, I'm sure that you have noticed the vast difference in style of game if you compare Animal Crossing and Portal 2. I'll use those as you have played them. Completing Portal 2 on its own is no small feat. The level of motor skills, microcontrolling, and thought processing you need to get through that level of 3D puzzles is one to be praised. Got 4 out of 5 streams playing it. That equals roughly 7 to 10 hours in game. People have admitted that it took them even longer to get through it. Now with Animal Crossing, it drops back to more sit back and relax style. The only pressure is that of playing of your depths and putting in that time. It doesn't take much to progress, but there is more you put, more you put in, more you get out of it. Why do I say all of this? Because you are, if you haven't noticed, developing a new skill. You are building up the mentioned blocks with these games. It has been noted that you're able to work better with certain types of games and that you will more likely progress if given games that can be more relaxing and be less pressured. You will simply need to utilize what you know and practice. Top-down puzzle games, strategy games, RPGs, visual novels will be a good choice, as you get used to the way they flow. Other price changes, pacing changes, how the actions you take change the path of the story you'll use the most of what happens when gaming. A lot of the time it's subtle or hidden away. In some games though, it gets more in your face and abrupt. Once you get used to all of this, I would then move to side-scrolling top-down action games where everything is a bit faster and faster paced and your reaction comes more into play. After maybe work your way back into third-person or first-person games. Oh, if you would like, I can find some good games to start you off, with the help from the already hard at work, so that you can choose. So much wanting to micromanage your time. All just as advice, but it really feels like he wants to control parts of what she wants to do. It feels like it to me. If you'd also like, I can get games that you consider or have been recommended pre-play. Record or give information on a pass this on to you. So if you got a lot of recommendations for a specific game you want a bit of insight on what you're talking into before you play. Spoiler free, I can do this for you as well. Just going through my own library of games, I can see a bunch of recommend by they may not be what you want to play. Maybe put a poll up at some point asking if there's a genre that people want you to play and cycle this on occasion. Or put them on a request for recommendations for games in a specific genre that you can choose from. Narrowing down what you want to play, keeping things a little difficult. What have been here varies too much. It's hard for me to even make my own list. Whatever you choose, we'll all support you. This one is really fucking silly. You ask if there's some level of history of hentai. Not there's so much. Not that there is so much there about Liechtenstein. Anyways, maybe ask people who live there. Erotic history of Liechtenstein. I don't think that 1200 years would make a country rich in history and have much to say about itself. Sadly, this isn't the case for Liechtenstein. Officially made territory in 814, it was rarely ever noticed on maps for near of millennia. Nothing changed in this time, including its borders, until the Holy Roman Empire and the Swiss decided to change their own borders. If you keep in mind how little is known about European history and all of the events and information lost to fires, you won't be surprised to learn how little there is to know about this small country. 900 to 1300. Liechtenstein was mostly uninhabited due to flooding and impassable terrain. 1300 to 1400. Liechtenstein is finally put on the map and acknowledged. 1700 to 2000. Lots of wars. Prostitution finally makes an appearance as means to make money. 2009. Liechtenstein joins multiple countries in Europe allowing prostitution and brothels. Today, Liechtenstein loosely enforces street prostitution and sex businesses. Given the small size of the country, it's simpler to drive around 30 miles to Sweden and take a walk in the red light district. What? Okay. What? Let's forget that. Let's move on. Do not reply to this message, please. Oh, this is where it gets good. The most hurtful words are always the ones that you regret saying the moment they leave your mouth. I do not regret them, but the damage is done. I will never be able to take them back. Even after even an attempt to apologize will be scorned and hated. I have failed to become a better person. I have yet again forced my own hate and discontent upon another. I am jealous, and that has led me to receive the punishment I have brought upon myself. I cannot ask you to forgive me. I would not be able to forgive myself. This is my fault. You do not deserve this. No one deserves this. I will never allow myself to live this down. I have failed in my own mission to never make another person cry. I have failed to bring back a little happiness and joy into the world. I have failed you. I have failed myself. Jokes, hints, or even mentions of suicide should always be taken seriously. I know this. I hate it when people do this. Yet I did this. I failed to remember how serious it is. I let my feeble mind take advantage of me. I let my emotions run wild and hurt people in the process. I've done the worst possible thing I could have done. I tried to distance myself from you once. I failed. I simply made the problems worse. And all of this after history of Liechtenstein. I tried to ask for help. It helped me find some solutions and seek some guidance. I tried to become a better person. I failed. What history of Liechtenstein does to a motherfucker. I became intoxicated of the attention that you gave me. Of the attention I received from the community. Of the popularity of my idiotic decisions. I wanted more and like a drug, and let it consume me. The lengths I was willing to go for you to simply see me scares me. I can see that I was willing to harm those that care about me, those that reach out to help me. I do not belong anywhere near them. I may hurt them again. I will never let this happen. I have realized the severity of the mistake I have made. I I would like for you to know that I have sought out professional help. After several hours today speaking with them, they have been able to help me open my eyes to the chaos I have soon. Even sending this to you may dig deeper into the hole I have dug. I'll be able to speaking with them again tomorrow. It is long past time that I should have done this. Long past the time I'll work to solve my own problems, rather than pushing them aside, as I have... Jesus, meds, as I have always done. I'm sure people will ask what happened. Do not lie or avoid it. Tell them the truth if you find it in you. Tell them what have I done. Tell them that I am not what anyone thought I was. I am not what I thought I was. I have one request of you. Please pass this apology out of context. Why won't you fucking do this? As well, I invite you to read it if you like. That breakdown. My god. Is this the other one or is this the same one? Oh no. This is the same one, just continues. Don't reply to this message, please. The most hurtful words are always the ones that you regret saying the moment they leave your mouth. I do not regret them, but the damage is done. I will never be able to take them back. Even an attempt to abolish will be scorned and hated. I have failed to become a better person, yet again. Force my own hate and discontent upon another. Okay, I think I read this already. I became intoxicated by the attention I have been receiving, both from Melody and other members of the community. I wanted more, and like a drug, I let it consume me. I can see how far I was willing to go just to be remembered. I hope that I am, but the things that I hope that I am, but for the things that I have just done. You deserve better. You both deserve better. I'm not going to ask you to read any of this. I'm not going to beg to be allowed to return. I'm going to waste any more of your time. All I ask you is that you get my apology out of context. I wish you success and happiness. Oh, my voice is going to shit. Hold up. Alright. That's better. I wish you success and happiness. With me as far from you as I can manage. And then he tipped her 5k. Not captured. You have changed my life in more ways than one. Thankfully, they all have been good. Do with this what you will. If you ever want to talk to me, my DMs are always open. But if you don't reach out, the last words you hear from me will be happy birthday. This is, I guess, a few months later. This is the 7th. This is the 13th of July. I wanted to make one last attempt to ask you if you could talk. That's just talk for a little bit. You lead the conversation and I listen and answer. I don't want to take up any of your already limited time. If you don't want to, I understand, but I can help even if it's a full scope. One last attempt, but your previous message told me not to reply. That aside, I want to sincerely thank you for your birthday generosity. It was unexpected. Different medium, I was asking via Twitch and the like. I don't think your mods were happy with me doing so. You are most welcome. I will admit, I do the unexpected on occasion. Sadly, not all of them are good things. And before you ask, I was playing that long before. Well, oh, I didn't know. I was curious if it was a spur of a moment or a planned gift. I'm really surprised she's still willing to talk to him and be so courteous about it. Please don't be mad at your mods. They did the right thing. I'm not mad at them. They're just doing what they think is best on all platforms. They're never malicious or anything, just curious and cautious at all times. Which are good traits for the position. And you chose the right people for the job. Can I ask you something? Sure, absolutely. Did you really read that message? Which one? The one above or the Twitch one? I was going through my tip notes yesterday and saw yours at the top. I went to message you to thank you. Then I remembered the block, and then I went to message you here, and I said don't reply, and it said don't reply several times. So I thought if I send a thank you, you will stir up bad emotions. Does he want to hear from me? And so I hesitated. The one above, it says don't reply because it has two parts. There hasn't been a time that I wouldn't want to hear from you. I lost count of the times I hesitated to reach out. Yeah, I reviewed it again. You offered to let me reach out, but then I saw the text above that said, I deserve better. I deserve better and other very sad things. And I thought if I reached out, it'll be my thank you message after a wall of very sad thoughts. And that it might cause tension you didn't originally foresee. But God damn, she's too kind. One of the things my therapist told me is that I'm very self-deprecating. It was made very apparent when they read the message. I'm still trying to fix that. I'm not the best at conveying my thoughts when it comes to written word either. I see. How are things now? Are they helping? The repeat words I have told them, I have stabilized. I have not yet improved. You're talking to me now is helping. Is it truly? And the stable is a good. I'm glad. To be honest, I was afraid to reach out to you again. I was worried I would hurt you again in that message. I said there was a part intended for Rimuru. Did you pass it along? I spoke with Rimuru, yes. Thank you. I have to encourage to talk to you again. I think it's about time I tried to talk to him. I just want to cause more troubles. I have done enough damage. There's no damage, Muscle. Well, is there? Isn't there? There was stress and confusion back then, mostly miscommunication, but not really damage. At least not in the physical sense. So much patience for this guy. I really wish I could agree with you on that. Damage is more than what is on the surface. Thankfully, most of it rebounded and ended with me. Please don't take it in the wrong way. I'd rather be the one hurt from my own foolish actions. It's getting late for both of us, and I think that getting sleep is more important than listening to me return to my self-deprecation. If you want to reach out again, I will listen. You talking to me, even to this point, has done nothing but good, and you have my sincere thanks. But for now, sleep. Healing takes time. Right now, I feel I have an abundance of that. Sleep well. I think I should let you know I tried myself to sleep last night, but this time, for the first time in a while, there were happy tears. I was overjoyed, elated, ecstatic. That you took time to message me. For that you have my sincere appreciation. Thank you. But I am now severely conflicted. On one hand, I could choose to try to stay away, to stay with the science team, to watch you, and to try to be me again, while dealing with the looming possibility of not being able to change. And on the other hand, I can choose to leave, to act on what I've been building myself up for the last 2 months. And chance to focus on me, cut everyone and everything else out and force a change. I had to ask this of you, but I don't know what else to do. Will you help me choose? You certainly sound like you're going through a lot of emotional fluctuation, which must be incredibly difficult, and I'm glad I could help ease a little tension, but I also inspire more tension in you. I will help you. At the end of the day, it's completely your choice, but what I think might be good is a several-month break. You can chart your moods, your progress, your failings, and to be able to focus on you 100%. It's not even a question between the two. I insist you always choose you first. If only he took that advice. Take a break, work on you. Not just maintaining stability, also moving past it. The science team will be here when you come back. I have thought that the last 2 months had been a good start, but maybe you are right. Maybe I do need more time. I had tried to focus on me for a while, but I just ended up with more suffering. The stresses just keep being piled on. I had no way to relieve them. The only ways I had of late, it came from the science team. Thanks to my own actions, I was simply being pushed further and further away. First it was Discord, then Twitter. I was accepted, but I didn't feel welcomed anymore. I know that this isn't the truth or what people think. Everyone has been happy to see me. Maybe I'm the one subconsciously distancing myself. Because I don't know what else to do, there is so much to fix, and I don't know where to start. Maybe the STRD Discord server is dying out. There aren't many people online anymore. Your offline raiders could use some support. I also put this on Twitter. Before I went dark on most of my accounts, I would have seen it since I was blocked. I don't think I should ask this, but I've been only thing on my mind for a while. If you're okay with me, okay with telling me, of course. What was the reasoning behind removing me from your Discord? I know that regardless of what it was, I feel it was justified, but no one even reached out to me. No one asked to see if I was okay. I wouldn't be surprised if it was the same reason you blocked me on Twitter. You don't have to answer, just hope to add it to the growing list of things I need to fix. And over 1 month passed. It's been a little over a month. I know you said a couple, but I feel you all deserve an update because you are the one that truly appears to care. Unlike all the others that pretend because their paycheck and reputation depend on it. I hope that threw in your good mood for your stream. I had to wait until it was done in case I ended up accidentally interrupting it. I had fun watching it. Shame it I'm not allowed to go into VRC meetups anymore. Anyway, everything is worse. I've been rejected by 6 new therapists that I have been referred to. Each trying different method that just leads to wasted time. They each say I'm too hard to work with. I tried. Jesus Christ. How does this guy act in front of people? This is my question, like... How bad of a patient is he to get rejected by six professionals? I did what they asked, but they were all disappointed with the lack of results, just like I was. At the same time, I was going into overwhelm at work, to the point that I had finally lost my cool and proceeded to take my anger out. Verbally on someone else. I don't think I have ever dealt with so much emotional mental fluctuation and strain in my life. I am again sitting among the broken pieces of my last attempt to fix myself, only this time they are further scattered and more plentiful. I'm sorry, you don't need to know this. Christ. I'm... More months passed. I'm hitting you up like you said. Don't want to take you away from your prep for your next stream. Let me know when you're ready to talk, if you're willing. If you aren't busy, do you have time to talk? If you don't want to talk to me, that's fine. I don't blame you. I wouldn't want to talk to me much either. Now this feels like guilt tripping. But it would help you if at least tell me that so that I know to finally leave you alone. I think the silence would be kind of telling. I'm just getting kind of mixed signals that I don't know what to do, and it's really starting to hurt. I'm sorry for any pain I have caused you. Melody, please don't make me go. Please don't send me away. Please, I need help. I'm broken and hurting. You and the science team were the only people I had that cared about me. The only ones that ever helped me. The only people I cared about. Please don't let me go. Please, I'm begging you. Please, I don't want to be alone again. Jesus Christ. Holy shit. I'm sorry, but I need to tell you this. Do you remember back on the 25th, that Friday stream? I had gotten back from work in such a miserable state that I had been sending out cries for help in every form that I could. Some were answered, none of them helped. The donation that I sent you was the last one, the last desperate attempt. I'm sorry for asking so much of you. Nothing helped me get better. That night I tried to kill myself. Obviously I did not succeed. I still haven't figured out why I stopped myself. I spent the next 2 weeks in a mental hospital that did not help either. Every doctor I spoke to told me I need to find some social support. I have been alone so long that you need the science team was all I had. I had to try. I am sorry. Last night it broke me all over again. I'm on my way back to the same hospital. I will give you time to see this. Then I will delete the account and never contact you again. If I am to get better, I have to leave you alone. For both of our sakes, I am proud of you. Take care of yourself. Continue to grow. Goodbye. BetrayedMussel tipped $10,000. Happy birthday. And then he did something incredibly dumb. He went on 4chan to explain himself. Why? Well, let him explain. This is his streaming avatar, by the way. Sometime in 2021, he had several streams on Twitch. I think they're still out there. There might be. I think there's some evidence of them remaining. He streamed for several hours, mostly being pretty quiet, like almost literally streaming to the void, just kind of ruminating on his situation. Maybe a bit of introspection, I guess. And then he went on 4chan to explain himself. Why? God fucking knows. I just hope to do this in response to the response developed after I had put the information out for a bit, but it appears violated the rules and the thread was removed. Justified before this one is pulled down too. I will say that I am, or rather was, a VTuber, so I will wait till the next rule-breaking event. Anyways, yes, it is I, BetrayedMussel, the bane of Projekt Melody's existence, at least recently. One who wants nothing more than to know I will verify myself in almost any means that is requested of me. Not much left of reasons for me to care in that vein. Contrary to popular opinion, I am still trying to get better. Figure out what is truly wrong with me and find a way to become a better person. After all of the hell I have created and shared. Most of the internet doesn't seem to care anymore, or doesn't seem to what I put out there, so I turn to you all. The supposed scam of the internet, though I know you have the odd pearl or two to share. So say what you want to say, I will be here until this thread is taken down too. All I ask is a little help. Wrong place to ask for help. Or perspective, or anything really. I can call me names. Tell me what I look to you from what you know of me. Anything. I'm a Reddit F-slur. What else did you expect? R-slur. Types like an edgy 14-year-old atheist. You lose a lot of commas and short sentences. Stop doing that. Are you just some two-view? Don't expect anyone to have heard of you at all. Like, he does have some unworthy self of importance. Thinking his little exploits went above what was in Projekt Melody's community. I only know that she tried to take down Melody because she got too big or something. I don't know. Maybe you want to give us your perspective on that. For the F-slurs going on, literally who? This is an apparently VTuber guy who spent over 40k on that V-shoujo horror Melody. This is his tweet longer. Scroll all the way down to see his DMs. Nice blog posts. See you in 3 days. Why don't you take medicine? I heard that helps unmeasurable BPD. Also do DBT therapy if you aren't. Seriously, if you aren't doing DBT therapy, you're fucking wasted money on all your therapists that you're merely milking you for money. Talk therapy vent sessions do nothing for BPD, and some therapists take advantage of people with mental problems by trapping them into endless vent sessions. Anyways, yes, it is I, BetrayedMussel. Is this proofs? Woohoo, look at me, I'm so self-aware about what a pathetic sack of shit I am. This means I'm immune to your criticism. No, I will not. Stop streaming forever ago. I never expected anyone to know me outside of Melody streams. Takedown was never in my intent. I became an attention whore and she took the brunt of it. 60 MP Prozac, 60 mg Pube, Propion, goddamn I can't read, Propion, hydrochloride daily, among others I've tried. I'll verify myself in almost any means that is requested of me, much left reasons for me to care in that vein. Preference? Okay, but DBD therapy, you cannot take medicine without proper weekly therapy if you're this bad. You may as well be taking sugar pills. Did no one instruct you on you how psychiatric medicine is supposed to supplement your recovery? Instead of just plain old talking and whining to your therapist instead of building coping mechanisms? And hurry up with your answers before the thread is deleted. I hate reading about people going through the wrong therapy. Now, someone unfortunately is giving him too much fucking attention. Why the fuck did you block me on Twitter? What's going on? Add 2 periods to the end of your Twitter bio. That's really cringy. I want to feel bad because I was similar positions once, but I was never tried to hurt someone else. I hope this dude gets help. He sounds like a soon-to-be shooter. Though VT getting their own shooter added to the 4chan chat would be hilarious. This is apparently VTuber guy who spent 40k. Thank you for the context, but also what the fuck? Muscle, go seek help. As one of the ex-science team member myself, I beg you to get some fucking help, dude. Last time I saw you, you were self-hating VTuber streaming to yourself and crying on Twitter. And you repeat about becoming a better person for at least a year, and still you are stuck where you are. Even fucking Ochadoji get out of his shit. Acknowledge his weaknesses and got better. I don't remember who Ochadoji was. I'll look it up later. Alright, therapy over the last year. I have worked with 17 different therapists. 17 fucking therapists. Jesus fucking Christ. I'm not knowledgeable about mental health issues. I never had them to the point where I needed a therapist or I felt like I needed one. All I did in terms of psychological evaluation is being tested for dyslexia, like over a period of several months, and that's it. But 17 therapists seems kind of extreme to me. I don't know if that's just me, but seems kind of out there as far as the number goes. Like all an American medical bullshit, I got next to know where it is. Still working on that part. I am stubborn and some things come slower than most. I don't know even who you are, but look again. I undid that mistake weeks ago. Go have a look. Professionals aren't getting anywhere with me. The rest of the internet doesn't care. Fortune has no filter. I'm here for some blunt words. I've threatened enough people. The only one at risk is myself. He did it. I have been getting help for the past year. I have yet to see progress. I'm looking for some more. Even fucking Ochadoji get out of his shit, acknowledge his weakness and got better. I'm not Ochadoji. For people not knowing, BetrayedMussel is a dude that over a year ago was one of Melody's top simps. Wasted thousands of dollars just to get close to Melody, but then started act creepy and got threw out of her fan base for it. In cringeworthy, pathetic, and pointless attempt to become better person, he became a VTuber, except he still was beating himself up over everything. Was streaming to nobody and was having Menhera attacks on Twitter, making biggest Menhera look sane. Osha was in similar point and was putting himself in depths for VTubers, but people had enough and purged him from everywhere. Today he's a variety streamer and used money to become good. Valuable guy. I will verify myself on the means like the rest of me. Champion the pooper. Tempting. Here's a you. Attention, F-slur. I have a feeling you need them. I don't follow. I agree that I am. I don't follow. I agree that I am attention, F-slur though. Last year, 17. You need to research how to get a case manager or something at this point because you don't know how to find a therapist that fits your needs. How much money did he waste on all this help that didn't help him at all? Probably more than on Melody in total. Not even my friend who has BPD has gone through that many therapists. What the fuck are you doing in those sessions? Telling them you're killing yourself tomorrow? Why do you think he's here asking for quote-unquote help? What do you hope to gain by coming here? I ask the same question. I already have one. They are about as useful as therapists. Being in such a remote area also means getting new ones is even harder. No clue I'll take anything at this point. Son, I'll be honest with you, and I think you know damn well this. VTubers are leashed to suck the life out of you. Chat is a synonym of money for them. There is no you, only the collective hive mind that is chat are also yes men. The only way to get close to one is becoming a VTuber yourself and miraculously be successful enough to get close to one. The so-called VTuber community is conformed with them. Chat and Simp's never part of it. Leave VTubers, download some games, play them, try Final Fantasy XIV. Get into groups and meet people there and play games for yourself. Because you know damn well watching someone else play a game on stream sounds absolutely R-worded. And we come to the last part. I will take another minute or so drinking break, and then we'll get to the end of this very tragic story. Right, I'm back. Time to tough it out for the final part. Still on 4chan. Someone didn't read the tweet longer I made. Well, no shit, buddy. Nobody has time for that except me. VTubing isn't why I was there, or what keeps bringing me back. Maybe you should go inpatient to a fancy facility with all the fuck you money you own instead of dumping it on Melody. Get some high tier care instead of going through therapists or whatever R-worded remote area you live in. You have money, right? Fucking use it. Meds. Stop LARPing. Take a picture of your dick with best muscle written on it. Are you an incel? I wouldn't claim to be one. The blame lies with me, and I have good reasoning for it regardless. Do you have IRL friends? How fit are you? Were you happy before discovering Melody? No. No to everything. That's where I was for the majority of last October. Albeit I was forced due to my suicide attempt. I'm in no way well enough to get well enough to go of my own volition. I had more money than I needed to live within my own means. As a female VTuber, I can say pretty confidently that Melody will literally never appreciate you in the way you want her to. No matter how much money you give her, never think about doing it again. Step away from the internet. Nothing you have done here is positive. It's clear you only are doing this to get recognition. Do you recognize you are not mentally healthy? This you? Start lifting. That's a good advice. Start lifting is always good advice. Even if you don't have arms and legs, use your mouth. Always lift. Never stop lifting. I knew there was a thread about a thread before, but I dismissed just another petty drama Vishojo gets into. But seeing this thread and reading his tweets and tweet longer actually makes me feel very sad. Muscle, I don't know if it's too much to ask, but if wanting to comprehend you, man. What's been of your life before Melody? I feel it's obvious you have reached rock bottom way before all this crap happened. I hope that it would have been about the money, but I agree. I'm trying to move past that. Most of the time, yes. I know there is something wrong with me, and I was trying to narrow it down and more each day. I am stubborn, so progress is slow. Yeah, you want to cuddle, F-slur? Please don't feel sad. I'm not something you need to worry over. To be honest, finding Melody was what pulled me from rock bottom several times, at least until I put myself back there. Did you just make this so people talk to you? So you live in Southern California, yet you can't good enough mental hospital to get your issues worked on, despite California being the hotspot for therapists and neurologists, as well as ketamine therapy and electromagnetic therapy. I am stubborn, so progress is slow. Perhaps you should leave the job to someone else then. How old are you? Are you a coomer? Get your test levels checked. Start lifting. Always good advice. It's possible. Wasn't thinking of it in that way. Not everyone that lives in SoCal lives in LA or San Diego. Why do you think I've been posting a bunch of shit? 27. The fuck? What levels? Drive, you idiot, or use your Simp money for a ride. Why do you think I've been posting a bunch of shit? Do you think N-words on 4chan are gonna help you with your mental problems? Kek. Where'd you get all your money? Too much porn for your brain. Kills your motivation. Check your testosterone levels. Hate enough of getting referred to get one out there. You think American healthcare grows on trees? Have any better ideas? Now he's blaming people. Like, he wanted conversation. I don't really know what he wants out of this thread right now. It's like he wants to get beaten up, but also wants advice that would help him. Yeah, selfish motherfucker. Despite everything that happened to him, this attitude makes me think that he didn't change much at all. And mind you, it's been at the point where this thread has been made, it's been like a year since all of this stuff with Melody happened. You have any better ideas? Reddit F-slurs didn't give me anything to work with at all. Have a look. Took a look into stream today just because of how I was feeling. Prior to what's been prior to that, it's been months. The last one I watched fully was her birthday stream, with months again in between that. Silenced in chat by Heg, not banned. Expected help from 4chan. God, please kill me before I ever fall this low. What do you want to see this whole thing? I am cut, F-Slur. Do you have any better ideas? F-Slurs didn't give you anything to work with at all. How about trained medical professional? I don't mean one of those Kali F-Slurs. I mean someone who actually knows a thing about situations like yours. Where did you get your money from? Have you tried the rope? It solves all your problems. Working, I have a decent job and had nothing to spend the money on. What's the point of having it if it's just sitting there? The rope on my wrist is the one that I tried it with. Okay, but did you really have to show your dick though? I don't know if you did, but if you did, that's hilarious. Was that a question? I was asked to verify. Yeah, wait. I guess he really did show his dick. Okay. I'm glad I haven't seen that. I'm glad I don't feel compelled to show it to you as well. I still don't get why someone would write such an OP and not explain who the fuck he is and why should I care. I'm not gonna spend 15 minutes reading every comment in the hope of some kind of explanation. So from what I understand, Muscle decided to be a creep again. Shower Melody with money and cringe and got banned again. Yes, you're not like Ocha. Ocha actually grew some guts. Understand that his position and the fact that VTuber thoughts are not that cute and worth attention, and just decided to go on his own shit. You're not even fucking close. Face Connect has better and sadder girls. Pick Face Connect. Maybe if Face Connect was around at this time, he would have found someone he could get close to, but then you'd probably have a continuation to this story. I think someone in chat said that this guy could get hired by Face Connect. He'd make the perfect sad girl VTuber. Also, a lesser known fun fact: Melody's husband is a big lawyer. I hope that he will get to it, and you'll get into jail basically harassing and stalking her online. You deserve and need it. On occasion, more witty than funny, but no one wants to talk to an asshole that already hurt them. I watched almost all of these Charger girls, but Mel was the focus. I did donate to a lot of them, but not nearly to the scale. Don't even know she was married. Wow, I'm happy for her. I'm sure you are. Are you Jewish? Raised to be Mormon. Learned of some if it's called secrets. I'm no atheist. If you can't watch a streamer without being a psycho, why don't you just play video games or something? I wish it was simple as that. What do you think I've been doing all this time? Crying and screaming, I'm sorry, I changed myself. This time, you do it on 4chan though. When did I ever say that I have managed to change? I'm opening up more avenues to help and advice. No timestamp. Nice LARP, F-Slur. In what sock thread did you find this? Play a better video game. Also good advice. I've been in a vaguely similar position of being chased from a community. Expect people believe I also committed a crime on top of that. Talking about actual med prescriptions and year-long struggles and all doesn't change anything. At best, no one will care about you. At first, it'll be used later against you to show how you're not to be interacted with and the crazy one. You're probably grasping here and at least hope getting attention, because without that, there's only void and your mistakes left with you. Even negative attention is better than nothing, right? Plus, I imagine we were used to the attention from the donations as he himself explained, that was pretty much it. It was all gone and empty streaming. What can I replace that? So yeah, you're probably fucked. Ever since something of that kind happened, it's been downward trend mentally and physically and everywhere. You just lose a little you had left and go from bad to worse. Good luck though. Hello, new friend, but advice is 2 blocks down. You see, this isn't a suicide hotline board. You're right. I think I've done this for a long time. I'm grasping at smoke in hope that it becomes flowers. Genuinely, I wish you happiness and comfort. You have a better chance than I. Thank you for your kind words. There's some elaborate LARPing, some really sad fuck that should get stronger meds and go outside. Anyway, I won't prove VTubers shouldn't have DMs open and have the fucking Discord because they can't manage for shit these kinds of behaviors. Ocha got booted because he started shit-talking the girls because they weren't praising his existence anymore. Money isn't a personality. He's a double F slur because he, instead of standing by his words, he tried to buddy up to them at the same time. He got caught and kicked him to the curb. Yeah, and after getting kicked out, he in fact decided to correct himself and drop the Simp badge and improve. People actually interact with him. He's a streamer with small but loyal viewer base and is self-improving every day. Ocha and you, I guess it's you, Muscle, are antitheses of each other despite both starting from the same fucking place of hopeless. Rejected Simps, Ocha is climbing from his shitty position and work his hands off to deserve being treated well, while used to repeat the same fucking errors and end feedback loop of Menhera attacks. Never compare yourself to Ocha or any other ex-science team people because no matter what you do, you'll end looking super bad. What the fuck are you doing here? True story. True sorry. I'll go back to trash. Please wash your dick before taking pics of it. It's not cute. It's not the LARP, sadly. I've been here before and you're just ready to grasp at anything to end up alone with your mental illness. Your mistakes and your now empty life. At this point, it doesn't matter how pitiful ones look at. He already lost everything and his pride long ago. Holy shit, his dick is so far up your ass you can probably taste it. Or actually Ocha himself. Don't you have to get up early in the morning to be confused about which military branch you're in? Didn't know she was married. Ha 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 ha. What an F-slur. If you can blow 40k on a VTuber, why don't you change your name and become a different person? To change completely, change up your life, upend it all and never look back. Maybe go teach English in Japan, get boring but cutie girlfriend. And lastly, the last one. Holy shit, what a waste of time. Basically a cuck saying, please don't feel sorry for me. Well, trying to get anyway sympathy, justify his insane actions while trying to reach out to schizos here, because Reddit told him to fuck off. Reddit told him to fuck off. I don't know if you meant this or if it's just a typo. It works wonderfully. Told him. Heck, love you, Pink Ma. Cringy Westerners and their first world problems. He in dog. All the 2 views out there, he could have started a parasocial relationship with, and he chose a V-whore like melody. What a waste. TLDR to anyone who wants it. Yeah, that's his story. That was the last of the screenshots. Together with the manifesto, his 4chan appearance, the Reddit thread, the Discord logs, the Twitter DMs. He was something special. Where is he right now? Have no fucking idea. I didn't look that far. All I know that his Twitter account is still there and it's protected and it looks like a corpse. There's still some signs of him when it comes to like Twitch streams. They are very sad, a few hours long. Not really much content in them. So I kind of end up feeling bad. I do end up feeling bad for the guy, but at the same time, mental illness or no, unless he's that far gone, could have undertaken some actions to, you know, change himself, like a lot of people were pointing out before, and try to make some genuine changes. I wonder if finding out that Melody is allegedly in a relationship kind of broke him to the end. I wonder where he is now, or and if he's still with us. I hope he's doing something to better himself, but considering how he was in that 4chan thread like 2 years ago, who knows what position he's in. It's all just kind of sad. I feel some pity for him, but again, at the same time, he did it to himself. He also did it to other people. But yeah, having all that money, should have really used it to get some better help. Because he's been really meandering in his life, it seems. Let me catch up to some of the chat, because I've been really neglecting it. That was quite the cautionary tale. Simp reasonably, or don't simp at all. I think that's advice on a similar level. He wants steppies. I've seen this behavior. Yeah, some people here are calling him a masochist. Maybe he does like being whipped in that sort of a verbal sense. Who fucking knows? VT does have funny threads. Yes, it does, but mostly it's the same schizo posting, and you know, you kind of get sick of seeing the same thing over and over again. And I know that's also true for Twitter, where topics among VTuber and VTuber drama just get regurgitated and cycled endlessly. I should do a stream about this topic at some point, like explaining how cyclical the nature of VTuber drama is on Twitter, and that it's never anything original. It's always the same shit over and over again. So, you know, even with all the Silvervale shit that's been going on, at least the Silvervale shit is somewhat original, because the rest is the same thing, and by that I mean, oh, lolly bad, VTubers shouldn't use the models that don't match their race, male VTubers are bad, no politics in VTubing, and so on and so forth. It's all very tiresome, chat. It's all very tiresome. Ocha Doji was a pretty cringe, as he always announced streams, it is I, the great Ocha Doji. And considering what I read from this thread, and what she just said, he wasn't actually joking, I guess. That's kind of sad, but still kind of funny at the same time. Not too long ago, I knew this dude who threw money to indie VTubers for attention. Dude got banned by all of them, including the one I modded for. That's probably the right decision. If he just wants attention via monetary donations and not you know, interact with the community in any meaningful way, just take the fucking money and tell him to fuck off if he's being disruptive to your chat. I wonder what Melody bought with all that money. I don't know. A car? a somewhat cheap car? or maybe like a medium class car. I don't know anything about car prices, but considering how much money he spent on her, she should at least be able to buy a car with that, some kind of car. Why did he respond to these people? Because he's not very bright person, or you know, he just continuously wants attention. It's probably it. I wouldn't be surprised if Muscle has a Kiwi Farms thread actually. I'm not sure if he does. I haven't looked into it. But I probably think he's not notable enough for that. Maybe there's a mention of him somewhere in the VTuber part of Kiwi Farms. I'll look it up after the stream because now I'm curious. Imagine spending 10k to get special note to get Senpai to notice you. Oh, Senpai is pretty expensive nowadays. No self-respect. Maybe some self-respect, but certainly very low on dignity. Someone wrote a song. The Simp came back the very next day. The Simp came. She thought he was Gunner. The Simp came back. He just wouldn't stay away. I wonder what the melody to this one is. Melody. When I first stumbled upon this guy, I laughed. Now I see him everywhere. It's truly tragic. Big bro moment. Any Liechtensteiners in the chat? I haven't ever seen a person from Liechtenstein on online. Maybe if I have seen one, I just didn't know they were from Liechtenstein. But you know, it's a rare breed of animal. Being too parasocial is bad. Yeah, as we learned from today's stream, don't go full schizo. Take your meds, and if your meds don't work, at least get professional help, but not in the form of fighting 17 of your professionals that you go to. Try to, I don't know, at this point, try to get committed, because it's at the point where nobody else can probably help you. So any Kuri rule 34, I think there's some on DeviantArt. You just have to look it up. I think it's Vor art too. That's funny. I know this question was a joke, but things like this actually exist. Okay, this is as far as I can scroll the chat, sadly. I go to VT when I have too much sanity. I go to Twitter when I have an abundance of sanity and I need to let out a bit, you know, like kind of like a ritual bloodletting. Just cut myself a bit mentally and let out a bit of sanity at a time. But yeah, this was BetrayedMussel. And I wonder if he planned to have that kind of nickname from the start, you know, the betrayed stuff. Punished Muscle, maybe is a better name for him. That would be a good name. But yeah, we're gonna end in just a few moments. Let me think of a song that's good enough to end the stream on. I need to flex my music choices. I think this one has a very good name. Both the artist and the song title is incredibly appropriate for ending the stream. So I'll look up into more schizos because there's a lot of schizos, and as I was saying, I have a list. I have a list of schizos we can go through. Blessed Muscle was one of the worst ones, but there's still much worse ones. I mean, Chase kind of qualifies as one. I want to do a deep dive on Henry because Henry is funny as fuck. Henry is one of Face Connect's biggest antis, and Pipkin Pippa's biggest hater. His obsession with Pippa borders on the religious, and his hatred towards Pippa is on the levels of satanic. So that's a good preview to end on. I might do Henry soon because he's been doing so much shit lately. I'd have so much content to go through. These streams would be like half a day long if I wanted to cover everything. So I need to distill Henry into a bite-sized morsel. Otherwise, everyone was just gonna catch autism to the extreme and just end up dying. What's Kuri's primary language? You can guess. I won't tell you, I'll make it into a guessing game. You can keep guessing in the chat. I'm not gonna tell you the answer. That's the only secretive thing I'll keep from this chat. I guess about the identity. Not that it's important though. As far as anyone should be concerned, I'm a nobody. I'm a nobody that's in a lot of places, but that doesn't really stand out, and that's the only thing that you need to know. So yeah. Thanks for coming. I hope to see you on the next one. Once again, I'm not sure when that's gonna be. I hope kind of soon, but then again, I also want to catch up on some gaming, and I usually do my gaming after work, and I replaced my gaming times with the streams because those turned up to be fun as well. So I have a lot of games to go through, and a lot of potential streaming content to think about too. So you guys, thanks for coming. I hope you have a wonderful day, evening, afternoon, or whatever time of the day there it is locally. And remember to stay out of Twitter, stay hydrated, and be good. See you later.
Oh, did you hear that? Pomosuke? Oh, he's right in front of me. Hello. Hello, boy. Funny part is there is no cat. You don't see him? We're here? Pomosuke, prove your existence right now. Prove your existence right now. Come on, come on. Come on. Come on, baby. Say something. Pomo meds. Oh no, I forgot to take my meds. Oh, here, we'll do that. Everybody take your meds. Ha! Everybody, don't forget your meds. Ha! Don't forget to take them so you can live a peaceful life without imagining your cat. Everybody take your meds. Ha! Everybody, don't forget your meds. Ha! Don't forget to take them so you can live a peaceful life without imagining your cat.